Welcome to Facebook for the Blind, your look at the downfall of Western civilization through the best memes we can find each week. Ladies and gentlemen, it is that time of the week we like to celebrate Facebook for the Blind. Go for the visually and Facebook impaired. I'm your humble host. I'm doing great. How are you? Awesome. Let's get to the news. It has been insanity. It has been like watching a DC clown car empty every day of the week. Madison Cawthorn out there, people putting up pictures of him in his negligee. And it's just like, you know, if old boy wants to wear negligee, I don't really care. I'm more interested in his insider trading of crypto. If you could please get into that. But no, it's more and more news about Madison Cawthorn exposing orgies and cocaine in the Republican circles. And then suddenly he's being investigated for the Let's Go Brandon crypto insider trading. Don't know if you know that, but NASCAR's driver Brandon got the Let's Go Brandon crypto as a sole sponsor. And apparently Madison got some of that inside before it began publicly trading. And it's a classic pump and dump. So, and then afterwards, of course, it went back down to zero in January. So looking forward to the end of that investigation. Speaking of investigation, on my birthday, April 30th, thank you, racist Minneapolis cops spied on black leaders while ignoring white hate groups, ran in Rolling Stone. And oh my, Michael, your city, these cops, they're crazy. Remember, you messaged me, you're like, that's why we use, you know, encryption.
Yeah, two things, Eric.
Yes.
First of all, I didn't know it was your birthday.
Oh,
happy fucking birthday.
Thank you.
Secondly, all I see is a Facebook for the Blind screen, which I'm happy with, unless you're trying to share something else.
No, I don't have anything else.
Okay, all right, cool. It's great. It's kind of zooming in and out, which is weird and cool, so I'm into it.
Cool. Yeah. It's supposed to sort of hurt a little bit. That's part of the idea.
Everything hurts to me right now, so.
Okay, good. All right, man. So a lot of interesting things have happened. A judge has ruled that the GOP has to hand over their marketing materials regarding January 6th. That's right. In America, we are so good at marketing, we can figure out how to make money off an insurrection. That's unbelievable. So looking forward to seeing those things. And also the January 6th committee is seeking information from GOP reps Andy Biggs, Mo Brooks, and Dr. Ronnie Jackson of Texas. Remember Dr. Feelgood? Remember on Air Force One?
Yeah.
Handing out the pills. Anybody need some pills? You can need some pills. Oh my God. And a special grand jury has been picked to probe Trump's. Fill in whatever you like. Really, they're gonna probe him. So I'm excited about that. And in regard to all of this, the question always is in DC: how will the Democrats drop this ball? And here we go. President Biden's approval rating. This is mind-boggling to me. His approval rating in February was 37%, and it has now skyrocketed to 42%, which. Call me crazy. That just seems low, but this is news. This was covered in the Washington Post. This is covered on MSNBC. Yay! Approval rating up to 42%. Only 52% disapproved. That's seriously like great news. Of course, the big thing that everybody's talking about, Lake Mead. That's right, the sole water supply for Las Vegas. It is down to unprecedented historical levels. They can see the tops of the pipes, but the body found in the barrel is all people can talk about. Did you know that? A body in a barrel. And I'm sitting here thinking, I've watched a lot of Las Vegas mafia movies, and I'm just surprised it's only one body. Are you kidding me?
Well, the others have decomposed.
Anyway. I don't know, man. American Mafia, not as barrel-y as I thought you all were. Student loan forgiveness is in the news. Want to send a special thank you to the White House for getting right on that about 16 months after you ran on it. And AOC, thanks a lot. But of course, everybody is talking about the Supreme Court of the United States. Yes, they sided with Alabama to allow the Christian flag to fly outside the State House. And of course, there was this other little thing. Scotus leaked a draft basically showing that they're going to overturn Roe v. Wade. That's all anybody is talking about. Want to send out a special screw you to Senator Susan Collins, along with lots of other people who are also reminding her that she said, oh, he understands precedent and he would never. Screw you, Susan Collins. We all knew it. You're either lying or stupid. I'm so
Listen,
sorry.
I do hot take here, but I just want to say also, fuck Lisa Murkowski.
Yeah. But I mean,
if
honestly,
I can.
These people.
And clearly, look, we shouldn't just pick on the women.
No.
Mitch McConnell is just like the absolute fucking embodiment of evil, and held back Neil Gorsuch. I mean, not Neil Gorsuch, fuck him too, but Merrick Garland. I mean, there's a lot to be said here. I think like the biggest thing that we have to say is that absolutely every fucking Republican is going to hell.
Yeah. I thought it was trash.
Just absolutely fucking going to hell. And also Susan Collins is trash. So that's it.
And you mentioned Mitch McConnell, and here's the interesting thing that came out with Mitch McConnell today. He just demanded investigations and was all up in arms moments after the release of the draft of the Supreme Court opinion, because he said that a leak of that piece of paper was an attack. And I was like, that's interesting, because, about a year and a half ago, there was a literal attack with like literal people in your place of work, and you didn't really see any need to demand investigation.
It's not that the Republicans value secrecy. It's just that they hate the truth. That's why they hate whistleblowers. It's not, they don't hate whistleblowers because whistleblowers have exposed a secret. They hate them because they fucking tell the truth. That's why they hate them.
The truth is so complicated and messy. I would prefer a short narrative that could fit into a soundbite that I could market on a bumper sticker to make money off the insurrection. Anyway, here's a fun one. Actual voter fraud. And this is an interesting story from the last week. AP News reported that a woman avoided jail for voting a dead mom's ballot in Arizona. Judge on Phoenix on Friday sentenced a woman to 2 years for felony voter fraud, but she's not going to jail. Meanwhile, The Guardian, you'll recall, back in 2020, reported that a Texas sentence for a woman who voted because she didn't know she was ineligible to vote. Yeah, that sentence went through. So the key difference here, if you can't see this, is that the woman who's going to jail is Black. I know. A lot of you saw that one coming.
Who is still in jail. She's been in jail.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. So one of my posts with the most, I think, was pretty good for an animal story.
Get you out of here.
Paired this one with Born to Be Wild.
All right, good. Take care, man.
Got about 100 hits on this Gila monster doing a little dance, and knocking on the cage. Knock, knock, knock. Loved it. Yep.
Very cute.
In
I
stupor.
do think we need.
Oh, sorry.
I do think we need to explore the meaning of the word most. This is maybe, you can't be one of your posts with the most.
Well, this was a
If
video.
it's the most, then it...
Video on Instagram with the most. I don't think that counts. Okay. It's like a story or a reel or some other technology that I don't understand. Look at this. This isn't Facebook. This is completely foreign. Shut up.
Gotcha.
Shut up, Michael. Shut up.
Words matter, Eric. Okay, go on.
Because we like to close with an animal story. Dig this one, man. This is a picture of a chimp with alopecia. Yeah. Reveals the truth usually concealed in fur. Chimps are ripped, and they are so dense in muscle and so low in body fat that they lack buoyancy, meaning swimming is very much impossible. So if you're ever being chased by a chimp, pray there's some deep water close by. Look at that.
I would also like to say that this answers some questions, because when I was in kindergarten, a chimpanzee, what looked to me to be very, very small chimpanzee, was on the very far side of an enclosure and picked up some doo-doo and threw the doo-doo, and it sailed across the enclosure and landed directly in front of me. It didn't quite hit me. Sometimes I lie and say that it hit me, but it didn't actually hit me. But I always wondered, how did the chimpanzee throw the doo-doo that far?
Right. But now you're looking at those biceps and you're like, oh.
Oh, that chimp threw that doo-doo at like 60%. 60. That was a 60% throw.
I'm not sure how this relates, but Jax has commented, I don't like it.
No,
you
nobody
sure?
likes it.
Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Hey, in hyperlocal
Dude, I would
news,
like it if those were my arms.
Bloomington stand-up comedian, friend of the show, Matt Miller, is going to be on TV. He was on TV about an hour ago on a wild reality TV mini golf competition on ABC, for those of you who indulge in broadcast network television in East Central Illinois. I saw a clip from this. Michael, do you happen to catch this at all, man?
No.
Dude, he's playing miniature golf. But like, see this windmill? He has to run through the windmill. There's flames and stuff coming out.
He looks, in the second picture there where he's like concentrating.
Yeah.
Kind of looks like George.
Huh. Never seen George shave that much.
Like, he looks like he could be related to George.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true. I could see that at the George's family reunion kind of a thing. Sure.
They at least both look like they listen to folk punk. That's all I'll say.
Anyway, I thought it was a trip, man. I couldn't believe it.
That was a really specific genre joke. I'm not surprised that I'm the only one laughing at it. But listen, the folk punks out there listening to this on Spotify, they're fucking dying in their cars. They don't have cars.
Killing me. Ladies and gentlemen, that does it for the news at a record 8:01 p.m. on Tuesday, May 3rd, 2022. News from Facebook for the Blind. Handing it back to Michael with funny memes.
Moving right along, 90s kids, 90s, which sort of looks like 90s kids, 90s. Has a picture of Justin Timberlake. This is actually from Punk'd. This is a picture of Justin Timberlake almost in tears on the cell phone. And he looks so distraught from Punk'd. And it says, when you find out it's already May and you missed the it's gonna be May meme. It's gonna be May. Anyway, all right. Zoot Ghost, friend of the show, Zoot Ghost, thanks for listening. Zoot Ghost says, if I had €1 for every time I didn't understand what was going on, I'd be like, why do you all keep giving me these euros? It's just a picture of a guy scratching his head, which makes sense, I guess, if you don't know why, if you don't know what's going on. Oh boy. Okay. This is just a reminder. This is the clean round. This is a picture of a woman. This might be Britney Spears. I can't fully commit to that.
I don't know.
But she's in a bathing suit that, I'll just say it. The bathing suit looks too small for her, at least on top. And it's a bikini, and she is opening like her bottoms. She's sitting down, but she's opening the bottoms and looking directly at her vagina. And it says, when you want to go out for drinks, so you check your bank account first.
Bro, I gotta tell you, my first thought was she probably dropped a quarter down there. That's what it looks like. Did I drop a quarter in there?
Oh man. All right. Moving on. Glow fuck yourself again. It has a picture of a woman who has her hand. She has one hand on the wall, and the other hand she has on her head, her fingers above her eyebrow, like she has a headache. And it says, listening to the snail. And then there's an insert where we see her inner ear, and it says, snail in my ear telling me what to do. And I don't know, is that the eardrum, the cochlea, whatever the fuck?
Yeah.
It's stupid.
It's the
Glow fuck yourself again. This must just be the glow fuck yourself round for me. I don't know how this happened. As friend of the show, Laddie K Official. So this is a friend of the show who is reposting a friend of the show. Almost never happens. Very meta. And the picture is of I don't know, teenage, like late teens, early 20s. A woman who's standing looking sort of sultry at the camera. And it says, if I eated soap, I don't eat it because I did. No, I didn't. Heart emoji. And this is one of those that's really important when you're just scrolling, just scrolling through, and you're like, wait a second, what the fuck did I just read? If I eated soap, no, I don't eat it because I did. No, I didn't. Friend of the show, Andrew Hicks Industries, love you, Andrew, has a picture of a forklift that is lifting up a hand truck, and it says, or like a pallet truck.
Yeah. Nice.
And it says, please, my son, he is very sick.
Nice.
Salad Days has this picture. I don't know what country this is, but this is clearly somebody's government. And it's one of those governments where everybody, like the senators and congressmen, they just actually fucking fight, in the middle of something. And there's this older man trying to talk into a microphone, and I don't know, like 20 other politicians in suits just piled on top of him. Some of them are trying to keep the other people off. Others are, I don't know, they're trying to take the microphone away. I don't know what's going on. Salad Days puts hardcore band playing their popular song on stage.
That's awesome.
I have often been in a pit, like, and at these kinds of shows where there's like no stage, the band's just playing on the floor, and like looked around me like, which one of you is singing?
You're right.
One of you motherfuckers has a microphone.
That's
and I'm going to knock you down. Steph Stone says, last week a friend canceled our plans because it, quote, suddenly got really windy, end quote, and I've never respected anything more. Diego Lopez says, a woman I had sex with mailed me a Lowe's gift card. This is either a huge compliment to my dick game or an unbelievable insult to my living conditions, and it's 100% definitely the latter.
Nice.
And last one for round one has a picture of a fish and a hook, and it says, fishing is like sex. I fucked the fish.
Oh, Jesus. Nice.
Back to you, Eric, for the clean round.
Is that what we're calling it now? A clean round? I don't know if I can do a clean round, but we'll try.
Fishing is like sex.
All right. For the ostensibly wholesome round, as we say often. Yeah. All right. This one is the distracted boyfriend, and the distracted boyfriend is labeled doing research, and his girlfriend is labeled thousands of doctors, nurses, health officials, and medical journals. And the girl in the red dress is labeled one YouTube video confirming my bias. Oh, yeah.
All the research I need.
That sweet, sweet dopamine rush of confirmation bias. I love it. You love it. The American people love it. This next one's from friend of the show, Katie Borum. You remember Katie? She used to come to all the pig shows, man. She
love Katie. Yeah, she has great fucking her online presence is fucking dope.
Amazing.
She's
really on point. Anyway, she posted Denver hit 69 degrees at 4:20 p.m. on 4/20. Just picture of Denver.
What a time to be alive.
I know.
What a time to be alive.
Katie captioned it, it's the little things in life. And I'll tell you what, man, that is what keeps me sane on Facebook. Yeah. Really is. Actually, you know what? I'm going to toss in another sweet one for the wholesome round. Friend of the show, Jeff Cohen, said, sure, it matters that today is May Day, the International Workers' Holiday. But more importantly, my mom turned 100 today, born on May 1st, 2022. And he's put her picture on a jar of Smuckers labeled Viola Cohen, West Bloomfield, Michigan, 100 years old. I just think it's adorable.
Very adorable. Not as important as May Day. Sorry, Jeff. Yeah, glad your mom was born.
You know what though? He got
not as glad as unions, right?
He got the International Workers' Holiday May Day onto this show, so you just shut
true.
up.
That's true. Thank you, Viola.
In an ostensibly wholesome round, because that's the way we do it here. This is a shot from I don't know what movie this is, but that is Captain Kirk there talking to women in a beauty contest. He says, describe your perfect date. And she says, that is a tough one. I'd have to say April 25th, because it's not too hot, not too cold, and all you need is a light jacket. Which
And the chat looks so confused.
Spot on. That's a good one every April 25th because, of course, you know, I keep all my dad jokes in a database. Oh, yeah. This next shot is from a friend of the show, Pete Schnabel, who's a trucker, and it's a picture. If we look here, it kind of looks like the front of a truck with a grill and everything, and two people apparently backing the truck up because actually it's just painted onto the back of the truck. It took me a few seconds to like figure it out. My God, I loved it. Just like a guy pretending he's backing up an 18-wheeler. Just well, maybe you got to look at it. Took a second.
I
for
want
me
you to know that I understood the database joke.
Yeah.
I want you to know that I just want you to know that I did catch the dad base.
Thank you.
And I'm disappointed in you.
You should be. That is
I'm not
my
angry.
role. That is my role on the show.
I'm just disappointed.
I know. All right. So the redemptive half of the wholesome round. Salmon Nass X says a girl messaged me saying that I post too much and I'm ugly. I did a little digging and found out that she works at a spa an hour away. I made an appointment and asked for her specifically. Needless to say, she will be waxing and bleaching my butthole tomorrow.
Personally, I wouldn't give her the satisfaction.
That's true, you know, because like she's used to seeing just regular pedestrian buttholes. She didn't even deserve to see my cultured, you know. Anyway,
she ain't about to see this gnarly knot.
Friend of the show,
when you said cultured, it sounded like bacteria.
In many senses of the word. That is how my ancestors smuggled our sourdough recipe out of Nazi Poland.
Okay, we did it. We're there. We're too far. That's right.
Moving on. Friend
Not
of the
even
show
could kill this.
Friend of the show, Clay Foley, posted 4 years ago, so he posted a memory. Advice for new comedians: networking is essential. Every day, spend 3 to 4 hours liking bigger comics' Facebook posts. And I realized I'm boosting Clay, so fuck my life.
That's how you get there in this industry, all right? You gotta like the posts of the other comedians.
I'm gonna have to make an audiogram out of this. It's just such a hassle. This is a 9-panel cartoon from a friend of the show, Chuck, in response to Elon's tweet about how leftist America has become now. Here's a throwback comic that Scarecrow Bar made a couple of years ago. 9 panels says, there's a man and a woman talking, and the woman says, I'm from Europe, tend to vote conservative. So whenever I see something political going down in America, I just kind of figure I'm on the Republican side. And the man says, here's an outline of the Democratic Party platform. Woman reads it. I don't get it. The Democrats are the conservative party in the U.S.? No, here's the Republican playbook. She reads it. Oh, my God. Her eyes get all jittery. She says, oh, my God. You need to get out of America right now. Gets funnier every time. All right. And I think my last one for this round, this is Principal Skinner. Principal Skinner, 2-panel, says, education consistently leads students to a left-wing outlook. Could it be that learning to critically evaluate information counteracts indoctrination? No, the teachers are all communists. I sent that to friend of the show.
Must be.
Sent that to friend of the show, Michael Matthews. I was like, commie.
How else could they live on $18,000 a year?
That's true. Some kind of shared communal resources, clearly.
Right. They're sharing crayons.
The crayon syndicate is real, Michael.
This is a friend of the show, Aaron Fullerton, who says, I beat cancer. If they suddenly find a cure for cancer now, I'm going to be so mad. This tweet is about student loans.
Yes. Perfect meme.
John Drake channels me in this tweet that gets 107,000 likes when he says, "Why don't you go cry about it?" Nice try, idiot, but I already did that. Okay, this is a little long, but trust me, it's worth it. Job application inbox. Okay, so this is an email. The to and the from has been very crudely blacked out. It says, after weeks of consideration, we have decided to go with another candidate who is better suited to our needs at this time. It was noted during your interviews, you told both our recruiter and the hiring manager that, quote, they wasted your time because they were late, end quote, and, quote, you took time off from work just to hear a lowball offer and that we should have posted the salary range in the job description, end quote. We told you that we do this so people won't apply just for the money, after which you replied, quote, what money, end quote. Thank you for your time and consideration. Dodge the bullet there. Juju says, therapy not enough. I need everyone who wronged me to suffer.
Yes. You're here.
I hate that I approve of that. I don't know. This is definitely Pokemon. It says, my alarm's trying to wake me up every morning, and it's just a picture of a huge fat cat. I don't know the names of Pokemon. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4 different characters trying to wake this cat up. The cat's eyes are closed. The cat is labeled me. Each of the 4 trying to wake the cat up are just different times. 6:05, 6:20, 6 a.m., 6:45. All trying to wake up my fat ass. This is, I always forget this actor's name, and I really like him.
Oh, yeah. The funny guy with the curly hair.
Jonah Hill. I think doesn't he have a fucking Oscar, this guy?
Maybe.
If not, he's definitely been nominated. Picture of Jonah Hill walking and carrying coffee, and it says, everyone, how's life going? And then it says me, and at first glance, it just looks like Jonah Hill looking kind of tough, walking. And then they zoom in on his coffee, and he's holding it by the lid, and it is currently falling. Like the lid has come off, and he's still only holding on to the lid. He just doesn't quite know it yet.
Oh, that's
how
wild. That's pretty funny.
Olivia Pepper, friend of the show, Olivia Pepper has this classic painting of a woman in confession, and the priest has his head leaning against the wall. And she says, I'm sorry, Daddy, I've been a bad girl. And the priest replies, for the last time, it's forgive me, Father, I have sinned. Adrienne Marie Brown, friend of the show, absolutely just killing it on Instagram, says a decision was made here, and it's a picture of a grocery store, the Oreo aisle, and there are 2 weights that have been laid in front of a package of Oreos where some Oreos have been taken away. Somebody laid down some weights and took away some Oreos.
That's funny.
And I don't really know where to begin with this one. This is just a picture. There's no words attached.
Wow.
Okay, so let's start with this. It looks like a classic picture of like a jester or a fool of some sort.
My first thought was it was like a zoom in on a Hieronymus Bosch that was.
Yeah.
But this looks too good. I don't know. It's weird.
There's a lot going on here. So there's a monkey who's playing bagpipes in a tree and has a cape, and its tail is a horn. And then there's a man with what would you call it? Is like a mandolin, playing a mandolin. Yes. But then when you look a little closer, the man is actually what are those? A centaur? And
centaur.
Where the horse's ass part would be, there's not an ass there so much as another face and a horn coming out of the ass face as well.
Oh, it's a butt trumpet centaur.
It's the classic turn of the century butt trumpet centaurs. Look, when I see something like this, the only thing that I wonder is like, what the fuck's up with my weed guy? Like, how come my weed guy's not giving me this weed? Whatever this weed is, that's the weed I need. Rounding out the second round with Trash Can Paul. Couldn't do a show without you, Trash Can Paul. We love you. Who says, before Netflix and chill, there was, and then you see, this is a picture of a movie theater, and a boy and a young man and a young woman. And the young man definitely has his hands down the pants of the very, very large-breasted young woman who is smiling and looking down at his hand. And it says, before Netflix and chill, there was getting arrested for public lewdness during a screening of Shrek the Third on May 21st, 2007.
Nice.
It's the exact date that fucking kills me.
That's awesome. Like, they have the receipts. They got the ticket stub. That's how this worked out.
And like, it was everyone. Right? We were all getting arrested for public lewdness on this date at that movie. Who among us has not been arrested?
Hey, some dates are just special that way.
The rest of us.
Literally every one of us have been arrested on that exact date at that movie for public lewdness. I know it's true. Back to you, Eric.
All right. One of my favorite things about Facebook is that it brings up the memories. Absolutely love that. And this one from May 1st, 2021, Caitlin Rahan posts, I need to get my life together, but I'm kind of waiting to see if the world is going to end before I put any real effort in. That's how I celebrated my birthday, with that thought in my heart. Gonna wait just a little bit longer. Anywho, all right. This next one I love quite a bit. Friend of the show, Andy Hahn, posted this pink and purple thing that goes along with the Facebook for the Blind color scheme, really. And it just says in delightful balloon letters, I've got a head full of pop punk and a heart full of revolution and a tummy full of generic antacids. We have a woman in a purple vinyl suit along the side, says, I'm ready to fuck some shit up.
I am in this meme. I am all over. I am every word of this meme. This guy, the purple vinyl suit. Woo!
I grabbed this one early. You can see it already had a lot of engagement on it, but it went for a long time. Apparently, it spoke for a generation. Friend of the show, Sage, says, I've got a head full of folk punk, a heart full of revolution, and a tummy filled with generic probiotic gummies. That's from Urbana, in case I needed to do that. This is the
we love you folk punk babies.
This is the classic 2-button superhero sweating meme, and the buttons are labeled all dogs are good dogs, and the other one is a cab, and it's a picture of a police dog cartoon, and the man is sweating. Very dumb.
The police dog cartoon, for our listeners, is from Paw Patrol. And I want to point out, I had a whole bit about how I don't trust dogs. They're not just cops. They're snitches, dude. They'll fucking snitch you out to the cop. They work for the cops. This is why I'm a cat person.
Yeah.
I've never seen a cat help anybody.
Nope.
Ever.
Nope.
Dogs help cops.
Yeah. No, I like playing with cats too, because you got to earn their respect. I think it's good training for dating. Hey, going out to the evangelicals in the crowd, because I love y'all. Here's a picture from friend of the show, Chuck, and it says, the evangelical couple telling the high school Applebee's waitress her outfit is distracting her husband. And it's Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene. Friend of the show, Marco, posts, or asking her for a threesome. I'm like, yeah.
In the same conversation.
I find your outfit kind of distracting. Oh my God. I've watched more clips of her testimony in court where they're currently working on whether or not she is ineligible to run again. And I'm so excited about that because she is clearly an insurrectionist. Dude, it's just comedy gold. It's just, I just listen to it and there's nothing I can do to parody it because it's just dumb. It's just unbelievable. All right, moving on. Friend of the show, Brain Ramos out there in the Bay Area. Hey, Brain, thanks for the birthday card. Really appreciate it. Love you. 2 pieces. Say hello to Diane. He posts, Johnny Cash wasn't a singer. That motherfucker did melodic TED Talks. And if you mad about me saying that, then you can come Johnny Cash me outside. How about that?
The payoff on that joke was the payoff. That was well worth the wait. Yeah, it was kind of a thinker. The setup was kind of a thinker, but no, the fucking punchline was a zinger. I'll take it. Yeah.
Brain kills me, and I miss his laughter so much. I don't know how to
well done.
Oh my God, so good. This is a post from Workers' Party of Massachusetts, and it's labeled, "It's so cool how they made an instrument to check if the rich are made out of cake." And it's a picture of a guillotine. And friend of the show and French native, I would like to say, Ben Harmon says 9 out of 10 times the answer is no.
No, yeah. You do get the odd cake, but
yeah. But you got to check. I told her, I was like, as my friend Ronnie Reagan said, trust, but verify.
That's right. That's right.
All right, moving on. This is a 2-panel, 2 tweets here. Kristen Hodges, K. Hodges, has posted, "If God made you a male, that is not a mistake. If God made you a female, that is not a mistake. Saying any different is an insult, is insulting a perfect creator. Read your word." She didn't capitalize word. And Dana Goldberg at DG Comedy replies, "God made you a brunette and now you're a blonde. God gave you bad vision, yet you fixed it with glasses. God gave you crooked teeth, yet you straightened them with braces. Trans people change the outside to match the inside just like you do. Sit down, Jesus said to."
You know, can I just say too, as many people are born who are intersex as redheads.
Wow. That is a
people
stat.
Who start their conversation off with like, if God made you male, if God made you female, are completely erasing all of the intersex people who are born. So fuck Kristen fucking Hodges and everybody who talks and thinks like her. You're a transphobe and a bigot.
I covered
the end.
I covered this in the after show. And I don't think you were there, Michael, but recently my folks, they started to bring up I don't know, trans people, whatever, Disney, boycotting Disney because trans or CRT, who knows, whatever. And I completely went off the rails and went nonlinear, as I often do in conversations. And I said, "Mom, didn't you tell me when you were a kid that they used to force you to do stuff with your right hand because you were left-handed?" She goes, No. She says they finally started to do some stuff when I came along, but no, your Uncle Don was born left-handed. And I go, "And they converted him to right-handed?" And she's like, "Yeah, they forced him to become a right-handed person." I was like, huh. And then I showed her this chart, and it's of left-handedness in the United States, 1900 to now. And it starts at 2%. And then right before my mother was born in the 40s, it goes up to about 12, 13%, 15%. And it just stays there. She goes, "Huh, there weren't as many left-handed people in 1900? I mean, I don't." And then we just walked out to the car, and I just didn't touch it. I just let it sit there. No.
Left-handed people are gross, though.
Huh?
I said left-handed people are gross, though.
Well, I can see why they were forced. I got you. I got about 3 more here, and we will wrap this up. This is I don't know what this is, to be honest. It's a VHS cassette, and boy, it sure looks like a real one. And the cardboard says Children's Christ Films, Christ for Arms. They made fun of him, and it's Christ VHS, $2.99. It's a little boy running, and his arms are gold crosses, and he's being chased by evil children. They made fun of him for his arms. Just a little sub thing here. It says they threw beans on him. Quote at the bottom,
stupid.
Featuring 3 new EDM songs from Daldo. A movie about an important lesson is the testimonial from Daldo.
Dude, I want to have a party where we're screening, like a special FD for TV screening of this film. This is a very important film.
It's so well done. David King, friend of the show, David King. Dave, thanks for listening. He says they threw beans at him.
I love it.
That was for you and Jax. All right. All right. David King, friend of the show, who just did the last one, also posted Shadavaka at Vaca650, who says, nobody likes being around the one-up friend. Your day was hard. Their day was harder. You got a good job. Their job is better. You got 5 bands. They got 6. You went to Tennessee. They went to 11Z.
Stupid. You know it's coming too. You know something fucking dumb is coming.
Yeah. Yeah, you know it. You want to see the dumbest thing in this whole thing? The top comment here is Selkie, who posts, yeah, most of them are Aries.
Yeah. More like outer spacies.
Just like the least important thing about them, really. And finally, for this round, friend of the show, Jamie Kilstein, as reposted by a friend of the show and Dr. Jason Brown, he says, every time somebody shits the bed, I'm going to call it an Amber Alert.
Let's talk about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard before we get into round 3. Here's what I want to tell you. I don't care about their divorce. I don't care about Johnny Depp's career. I don't care about rich people at all. The end.
Yep.
That's right there.
So far,
fuck them all. I don't care.
I follow a lot of comedians and I get a lot of material, and that was the only funny thing that I saw.
Yeah. Yeah. Listen, watching that shit unfold, I think it's just another reality TV show about rich people. And I don't care. Oh, one of them is a bad person. They're both rich. They're both bad people.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah, pretty much. I concur, good sir.
All right. Round 3. The penultimate round. Tennessee Holler. Always yell the truth. Friend of the show, we love you. Tennessee Holler. They have this headline from the Associated Press, a real headline from the Associated Press. And it says, passengers at an Israeli airport ducked for cover, ran and screamed after an American family showed up with an unexploded artillery shell they had found in the Golan Heights. The family had intended to bring it back as a souvenir. The Tennessee Holler comments, y'all, this is so us. Oh, it's good. Hang that on the mantle. This is from actually friend of the show at Brett Shops, who and this is from the social media site Counter Social. I'm one of about 100,000 people who are on Counter Social. It is really, really, really interesting. If you're listening and you're interested in this, just shoot me a DM or whatever you want. But I can kind of walk you through why it's a good idea to be on Counter Social, especially why it's a good idea to start moving your data over to a site like Counter Social instead of Twitter, since another one of the evil rich people has bought Twitter. So, but yeah, this is a picture of Elon Musk and Donald Trump. It's like they fused the two of them together into really one crazy, disgusting fucking abomination. And the interesting thing is, if you mix Elon Musk and Donald Trump, you end up with one billionaire, because only one of them is anyway.
Dude, go back just for a second. I don't know what it is, man, but like, I'm getting Louis Anderson. God rest his soul. Yeah.
I'm
getting Louis Anderson, but as some kind of like Super Friends villain, like the Candyman. Like I see him with a huge lollipop, and he's like, "I'm gonna turn all of the water in the city into syrup." Like I don't know why. That's what I'm getting off that.
Yeah.
Just me.
I hear you. Yeah. Weirdly, this does look like an upgrade for both of them. This is better looking than Donald Trump and better looking than Elon Musk. So
true.
I don't know.
That's actually very true. Good looking skin.
Trash Jones Crash Jones says, if your boss ever thanks you for going above and beyond, you probably just exploited yourself. And it just is something important to remember as you're out there grinding for the man. Here's a list of rules. 15, 16, and 17, we're gonna list. It says 15, report as soon as possible to a designated evacuation area. Oh, this must be if there's a fire. 16, report any missing persons to the first responders. And 17, use stairs, not elevators. Stairs is spelled S-T-A-R-E-S. Then they zeroed in on use stairs, not elevators. And then next is just a picture of a Klingon's eyes. Staring wildly at you.
Nice.
Me during the weekend, and it says how to have fun when you're poor. 1 is a woman sitting on a bed. 2 is she's lifting her feet up. 3, she begins to lay down on the bed. And 4, she goes to sleep.
Oh, Jesus.
That's the only way to have fun when you're poor. Reverend Dr. Douglas says this spot is reserved for people that twerk at babies. And someone has painted on a parking spot a pram, and then what I believe should be probably a pregnant woman. So it's if you have a small child or if you're pregnant. But somehow the way that they've drawn this, the pregnant woman does look like instead of her belly, that's her ass, and that she's twerking at the pram. Very, very small fraction of our population, but there are people who twerk at babies, and they get their own parking spot.
I'm sorry, Andrew couldn't see that meme. You should send that to him.
That's people in the Caribbean. They all it's called push your bumper.
That's true.
And they do that like
winding
and pushing your bumper. And they teach the kids at a very young age how to also push your bumper. Totally
very,
normal.
very, very
totally
important.
Normal, totally accepted.
So this is a picture of a man screaming in the shower. I do believe this is from Arrested Development. And it says, when your shampoo says repairs damage, but you're still broken on the inside. Wild seed, wild flower, love you, wild seed, Are you done? Wild seed, wild flower, love you, wild seed, wild flower. Says, when I catch people staring at me, I assume they're taking notes on how to be the fucking shit. Reductress, always making a headline into the Facebook for the Blind Show, has a woman who looks a little not so sure. And it says, woman reconsiders desire for success when she realizes she might have to wake up early.
That would be me.
Donald Boat says, some of you say things that should never be uttered. I actually took this screenshot because these were 2 tweets, like one right after the other. And this one says, some of you say things that should never be uttered in public for like 8 likes. And the very next tweet on my timeline was Skady420, friend of the show, Skady420, who says, hey, little mama, what size are your toes? I would like to point out that I liked both of these tweets. And that's it for round 3. All I have left is my post with the most.
Oh, very nice.
What size are your toes?
So I have some strange adventures today. Yeah. Oh man. All right, rolling. Gosh darn it. I don't know how I get out of practice every week. There we go.
It's almost like you do something that kills your brain cells.
Actually, it's my technology crashing. I just had a folder freeze. You're like, how's that happen? I go, you probably never see it. Yeah,
you do drugs.
Sorry.
You and your computer do drugs.
I know, right? Nan's seen it. My computer's on crack. This is a shot from Pawn Stars, and the man behind the counter's got a tinfoil hat on. Says, "Me, that's ridiculous. Do you have a source?" Them. Best I can do is tell you to do your own research. And I'm like, oh man, yes. so many conversations. This next one I like quite a bit. Actually, I'm going to do Laura Ingraham first. Laura Ingraham got reposted by the other 98% this week. about loan forgiveness, talking about student loans. Laura Ingraham posted, my mom worked as a waitress until she was 73 to help pay for our college, even helped with the loan repayment. Loan forgiveness, just another insult to those who play by the rules. And Aaron Ryan replies, who tweets under @MorningGloria, personally, if it were the early 1990s and I were a Dartmouth educated attorney and knew that my elderly mother was still working as a waitress in order to pay off student loans, I would help her not to have to do that. But maybe that's just me. Many people basically just pointed out that, like, either you are lying or you are evil, Laura Ingraham. So just stop. On the topic of student debt, this great cartoon ran and was getting passed around, and it's entitled "The Student Debt Crisis Solved." We have a scholar pointing out a two-step plan on a chalkboard to a banker with piles of money. It says, number one, you loaned $100,000 to a jobless teen. Number two, take the L and learn some financial responsibility. Which is exactly what it is. This one I sent out to several of my friends in the teaching profession. This is from the Library Think Tank. And if you're not following ALATT on Facebook, why are you even on the internet? They reposted
what are you doing?
The Moon's Wife, who tweets under @BookishSeawitch. Good morning to every English teacher who woke up this morning like, today's the day I assign a short story that will haunt them till the day they die. I said that to Michael Matthews and he liked it. This next story. Oh, did I lose I think I lost my thing. I think I got to redo a thing. Okay with a thing. This next story is very strange. A friend of the show, Jeff Bailey, who we've mentioned many times, posted this on April 27th and basically said he was told that he was too dirty of a comedian to be on a show in the Wisconsin Dells. So some friend made a graphic for him of like a riverboat going by this cliff with trees on it in the Wisconsin Dells. And it says, Jeff Bailey, too dirty for the Dells. And he says, I need someone to make this for me as a t-shirt, please. I will have you know that 6 minutes later, I sent him that design on a t-shirt because I am a badass. Kyle Field says, fuck, I want this shirt. Jeff Bailey says, I will get you one. And I'll buy one of the things people are doing. He says, now don't get too excited, but I also need you to make this one. And I sent him this one as well. Like, again, like 7 minutes later. And I said, look, Jeff, I don't work for you, okay? No. My new shirt guy.
He says, you're my new shirt guy, Eric.
Yeah. I know. And like,
listen, if you haven't heard Jeff Bailey's comedy, you got to listen to it. The guy fucking kills. Oh my God.
I told him that I actually thought his demographic was better if I put it on a onesie. So I put it on a onesie, and in the process of uploading it, from uploading it and like getting it, onto the t-shirt and everything, it ended up just saying like, Jeff Bailey, dirty baby bodysuit, I think is what it went up as. And I realized that is a perfect title for my new band. So I have formed a band, Dirty Baby Bodysuit. It's their first album. And it's called Beelzebub. And designed a logo and everything, man. I said this to my daughter. I said, hey, we haven't talked in a long time. I formed a heavy metal band. And I sent her this. And she goes, oh my God, did you actually form a heavy metal band? I was like, honey, I would never do that to you.
Heavy metal's hard, dude. It's like classical music. If you ever see that shit in sheet music, it's incredible what they do. I could never play that shit.
Yeah, true.
So,
No, it's.
All right. Are we down to the post with the most, Eric?
Yes, we are.
Here we go. I'm posting with the most in. This week, my post with the most was an original.
Ooh.
I said, I think it is so cute when people really care about sports. Tell me all about what happened with the ball and the running around. I really mean this, man. Like these, especially when guys like act so tough, they're like hyper masculine, and then they're just like, meh, meh, meh. And then you listen to him talking, they're like, he threw that ball like so far, the guy caught it, it was so sweet, and he like ran. Like, you guys are fucking adorable.
Yeah, I concur. It's weird, but then again, I hear the nerds talk about Lord of the Rings, and I'm like, okay, you're all nerds in your own way. This is my post with most, actually second most. Most was my birthday. Thank you, everybody, for your birthday wishes. But this is a picture of Elon Musk laughing, and it says, "Breaking news: Elon Musk has agreed to buy Danville, Illinois, for $80 and 3 Adderall."
3 Adderall, like he needs the Adderall.
People piled on. Chris, in front of the show, says, "You got robbed." John Sales said they renegotiated to $67 and 2 Vicodin. Stupid amount of engagement on that. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that completes an episode of Facebook for the Blind for May 3rd, 2022.
Woo!
Love you, George.
Woo!
We did it, everybody.
Woo!
Did it.
Where's the button?
Shared some memes.
Thanks for listening to an episode of Facebook for the Blind. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.